the politically correct narrative is winning is, I believe, as Uncle Sam plans to draft these illegal aliens, not just illegal aliens, but refugees, and to this, maybe this coming war that Uncle Sam's preparing for. You got to realize that this next war is going to be a big war, whether it involves China and Russia, or just China or just Russia, or it's the both of them and Iran. If you combine all three armies, China, Iran, and Russia, they got, and whatever ally, whoever their allies are, I don't know if it's going to be Pakistan or India. We know India and Pakistan don't get along, and India and China don't get along. But nevertheless, the three countries combine about 7 to 8 million soldiers with the same technology as the U.S. Put together. In fact, I believe Russia has more missiles than the U.S. But 8 million, 7 to 8 million. The U.S. has maybe 1 million. I think it's 800,000. Don't quote me on that, but we're topped off maybe at 1 million. Maybe it used to be 1.5 million, but I'm not sure. But combine that with England, Germany, France, Italy, Germany, and whatever else is up there is up there in Europe, Norway, Sweden, Belgium, tops. Europe and U.S., they might have a combined force of 4.5, 5 million army. And why is the political correctness of it's okay to have the border open for so many years, and it's been open forever, and the influx has been going on for about 25 years, and like I said, I'm from San Diego, and I tell you, the company I worked for, 90% of them were illegal aliens, and we went to houses, we were a remodeling company, we went to houses, and they knew they were illegal, so nobody did nothing about it. This was 7 years ago, and lately in the news, people are fleeing California because of the sanctuary cities and all that stuff. A lot of people are leaving. A lot of people are complaining. But why is the political? First of all, it's politically correct. Supposedly, what's happening, and if you're politically incorrect, the law is on your side, even though you're politically correct, and it's not being enforced. You're politically incorrect by saying if you're an immigrant, you got to come here legally. But you're politically incorrect to say that. And those camps are losing. And why is that? Why is the government why is the government politically correct by saying it's okay to allow illegal aliens to come in and vote? First of all, the excuse is that the Democrats and the liberals are planted this whole idea because they want to vote. Think about it. Can illegal aliens vote? Can refugees vote? No, they cannot. There might be tampering in the voting, but not that many. But I believe the real hidden agenda, people, that's why I titled this Run. The draft is coming. Uncle Sam is smart. He needs the army. He doesn't have the military power. He might have the technology. U.S. has the best technology in the world. Second is Russia. Everyone knows this. But the entire war is not going to be fought in the air. Not going to be fought by technology. You still need manpower, and we are undermanned. America is undermanned militarily. No matter how sophisticated our army is, our Marines are, our SEALs, as you can tell, they fight wars in Afghanistan, Somalia, Syria. No matter where they go, they have a difficult time winning, even though we're so sophisticated with weapons and training. We're outnumbered. The U.S. is outnumbered. We're getting our butt kicked. And to fight this next war, if there is a next big war that's coming around, and I'm making this video for the second reason is because I am a Bible buff. I believe we are in chapter 9 of the book of Revelation. Part A and Part B. Part B is the sixth trumpet. It talks about the great river Euphrates River, where God loosens the four angels in the great river Euphrates, and for a set time and date and hour, war will happen, and a third of the population will be killed off. Now, it's a controversial chapter 9, like everything else in the Bible, but I know one thing: it's never happened in history. There's never been a battle on the Great River Euphrates that's killed one-third of the population. And you think about it, one-third of the population that's fighting those of you who don't know what Great River Euphrates is, and Tigris River is right there in Syria and Iran. Syria, Iran, and Iraq, Mesopotamia area. In the ancient maps, it's called Mesopotamia. And that is a prophecy waiting to be fulfilled in addition to Isaiah chapter 17, which talks about the destruction of Damascus. Well, think about it. When that war does happen, one-third of the population, it even talks about 200 million man army, which is just a figure of speech. It's don't take it literal. It just means a tremendously big amount of military personnel in the area fighting a war. And the only way that's going to be fulfilled, first of all, Uncle Sam is not going to fight this war in chapter 9, if it is chapter 9, without having more military personnel. Now you think about it. What's a better way to give some kind of amnesty to illegal aliens and refugees who are living in sanctuaries, or who's having a hard time getting into society and being able to be self-supportive and living a good life. Amnesty. What's the amnesty? Illegal aliens, if you want to stay, we'll give you your citizenship, but you will be drafted. You have to serve 4 years. Refugees the same way. And I also believe, in addition to illegal aliens and refugees, that Uncle Sam is actually going to go to Mexico and recruit in Mexico and offer Mexican citizens citizenship in America if they enlist in the U.S. military, whatever branch. Obviously, there's going to be some kind of bilingual military going on in the U.S. pretty soon, if it ain't already happening. I was born in the Philippines. I'm an American citizen. And in the 70s, they recruited Filipinos in my country, the Philippine Islands. And they did the same thing. I don't know how many was recruited. 10,000, 40,000. It happened about a decade, in the 70s, 10-year period. And that's what it was. They offered them citizenship if they wanted to enlist in the service. It's no longer available in the Philippines, but I believe this is what they're going to do in Mexico. And you think about it. I said, well, why is it politically correct to allow them all in, even though it's illegal? And yet the political correctness is winning for some reason, and they claim it's because the liberals, it's all about voting, when they can't really vote because they have no paperwork. They have no residence, legal residence to even register to vote. Okay, refugees can't even vote, but yet this is the excuse to, they're trying to blame it on the Democrats, but really, I believe the entire cabinet, our government, knows what's going on. Congress, the House, all the senators, the intelligence committees, all these agencies, CIA, FBI, the White House. Doesn't matter who the president is. This has been going on for the last 4 or 5 presidencies. They need the manpower. They are going to recruit people in Mexico, and they're going to give amnesty to illegal aliens to make them citizens, and including refugees. And I believe they're going to give them an ultimatum. You do this, or we'll kick you out of the country. But in Mexico, of course, they cannot do that. They can only offer. And this border thing that's going on with Trump building a border, I believe, could be wrong. I believe, because like I said, I believe it's part of the government's plan. You know, you can call this conspiracy or not, but it's just a thought. It's a thought-provoking idea. That he's not going to put the wall there. He's going to put, you know where he's going to put the wall? He's going to put the wall in the southern border of Mexico and Central America. He's going to put the wall there, okay? He's going to leave this border open because he wants to be friendly with Mexico. And all the presidents have been friendly with Mexico, I believe, for this reason. They don't know that. Call it suckerism. Maybe they're being suckered into this. Hey, 20 years later, we're gonna recruit your children. You know, make them legal citizens. Blah 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 blah. It's been a plan. All this influx of immigration, refugees. There's a bigger purpose. A hidden agenda by Uncle Sam, and I think, it's bingo, man. It's the only reason why I could think of. It's got nothing to do with voting. Uncle Sam needs to draft 6 million soldiers to fight this next war. Okay, in addition to what we already have. We have 800,000 to 1.5 scattered in Syria, Afghanistan, Iraq, Korea, Japan, Hawaii, Guam, and all over our bases in the United States, okay? We don't have the manpower, the foot soldiers. I think they should stick their right foot out, shake it all about, do the, was it hokey pokey and turn yourself around? But, yeah, this is what's going to happen, I believe. Chapter 9 war is happening, okay? It's the biggest war. It's the war that's going to end all wars. It's the sixth trumpet in the book of Revelation. The only thing is after the sixth trumpet is the coming of Jesus Christ, the second advent. The seventh trumpet. Of course, there's some other things that happen after that. The mark of the beast, the two prophets, and then the Antichrist obviously reigning for 3.5 years. But before all that happens, chapter 9 has to happen. And chapter 9 is this war that ends all wars. If you read it, chapter 9 is the second part. I call it part A and part B. Part A talks about this locust army that comes out of the smoke, you know, this angel that comes down from a star that falls from heaven, which people think it's Satan. But we're in part B, the sixth trumpet, where it talks about the war. 1/3 of the population will die. And Uncle Sam, I believe our White House wants to fight this war because they think it needs to be done. They think they can defeat whoever. There's this thing going on about globalist, new world order, and that the White House is anti-globalist. Who knows? I don't know what's really going on, if they are, if it's half truth or half fiction. Well, all I know is that very suspicious that for the past 25, 30 years, the border's been opened. And now that they've got an influx of people, I don't know how many we've had in 25 years, maybe 50 million immigrants, okay? 50 million immigrants that's been in this country. Some of them legal, most of them illegal. Between the illegals and refugees, maybe, I don't know. Tell me, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's 30 million in 30 years. All those people, Uncle Sam needs these people. He wants to populatize America because the population is too small to support an army that big. Well, I want to make this video, see what people think. If you guys have any comments, if you think my idea sounds kind of far-fetched, very conspiratorial, or it's very realistic, that Uncle Sam's really using these people, and there's really a hidden agenda to all this immigration chaos that's going on, you know. California wants to turn it into 2 states, 3 states, 5 states. It's going to happen to Arizona, New Mexico, Texas.